because I want to help you get about the business of living your own life. So if you have any questions about hypnosis or coaching or how that might be a part of your own story, reach out. We'll have you discuss.
Does anybody have any questions for Cheryl? Any questions? Okay, go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
How does she get her hair to look that great all the time?
I'm recording this.
We can talk about it. Sure. Yeah. Hypnosis. So there are different reasons why you might want to look into hypnosis. Sometimes you're dealing with a repeated stuck state, and what we want to do is build trust and safety to let your conscious mind get out of the way to deal with the actual issue. I truly believe that each one of you are an expert on yourself. We are just coming alongside you to help you maybe develop the vocabulary that you need, pull in a little bit of perspective, whatever makes sense to your brain, which is why you're here doing psychedelics, is the answer. We want to help you develop that vocabulary and skill set to work within your own framework. So hypnosis is kind of like a shortcut, like psychedelics, where we have an intention. I'm using your words, your vocabulary to work through that stuck state. Some amazing things that we can also work with is in a hypnotic regression session. And that's where I'm taking you back in time in a very safe environment to reassess what's happened in your past, reframe it in a meaningful way so that you can move forward. Again, it's about giving you power to live your life on your terms right now.
I don't know how I'm going to follow up after that. Hello, everyone. Now that we're officially meeting, I'm Gary, and I am not a Floridian. I am a native Hoosier, born and bred. I've spent my entire life in Indiana, and I have been stuck in a work environment that didn't really let me shine. I've worked for government agencies and you name it, every other industry in social work I've done. I even teach social work for IU. And I've worked in telehealth for, almost 10 years. Almost 10 years I've been doing telehealth. And I'm a clinical social worker. And I realized that the current position I was in, I have outgrown that. And I haven't been able to let a huge part of my spirit out. And thankfully, I got on Indeed, did my little, resume update, and all of a sudden, this name Bionic Bloom comes in. I was like, what the hell? No clue, because everything that was always coming through would say something about licensed mental health professional. And I work in a very staunch kind of environment, and that's not me. And thankfully I'm here. I'm thrilled to experience this for the first time. This is going to be my first time. So I know anecdotally what can happen, and I'm excited to learn what it's going to be like so that I can help other people navigate through it using the spirit that I have had to stifle my whole life. So,
Thank you, Gary. I have one question before we move on. Gary told me a few weeks ago what kind of work he started off doing, and it shook me. Will you share what you used to do before you were telehealth?
which one?
Juveniles?
Oh, yeah. My first job, postgraduate, working after I graduated from IU, who I now teach for, was working for Indianapolis Juvenile Correctional Facility, and I was the intake coordinator for juvenile females in the state of Indiana. So if you were a juvenile female from the age of about 10 up to 22, depending on developmental ability, you came through me. And I had to go through stacks of files about these kids like this, and I think it started to break my spirit immediately. And I had to learn about watching who's behind me because we were in maximum security. It wasn't something small. The facility that I used to work in is now Indiana Women's Prison. And and it's a level 1 maximum security prison. That's the environment that I work in. And I learned an awful lot about human nature and how to protect yourself and all this other stuff, but that's part of what I think set me on this path of, well, going in a direction I wish I hadn't. But, you know, roughly 20 years later, here I am. And this is to me is ensuring the next half of my life. This is what I'm hoping to. This is what I'm hoping to gain.
Thank you.
I hope I can get up. Hi everyone, my name is Janelle Lexus. So I'm one of the therapists in the Indianapolis, Indiana office. My background consists of mental health and addiction. The reason why I chose that field is because I grew up with a family that was like unprofessional, fucked up. And I was like, this is not the way you're supposed to live. I want to break the cycle of this. I don't want my child growing up like this. That's what brought me to this field. And I'm happy to do this bionic glue just because like I'm working in rehab and so forth. This is like about revenue. The clients were really a priority. It's about like, you know, we need to get more people in for money. So I'm happy to be somewhere where it's like the clients are first, but also too they value their employees. Like that's refreshing to me. I'm just grateful to experience here and I look forward to meeting all of you on a personal level.
Thank you.
They are hard.
Thank you, Nikki.
Yeah, they're tough. You have a nice one too. Yeah. My name is Ella. I'm very lucky and very happy to be here with all of you. About it, I teach yoga and sometimes I answer your phone calls.
Sometimes she helps you get something done.
Yeah, so anything you need, I can maybe direct you to the right person. No, I'm kidding. I can try to help.
Bryson, you're technically...
Chef,
Yeah, go ahead.
she told me what to make. If you don't like it, it's her fault. I did try to accommodate a variety of things. There will be fresh fruits and snacks available on all hours out there. So I'm going to try to make sure that it's always stacked that way. Other than that, hope you enjoy it.
Can I ask a couple of questions? We're actually looking to meet you. We appreciate why you're here, but who are you?
I'm Bryson. Army officer. I did a bunch of work in the intelligence community. I became an entrepreneur 11 years ago. I started my own offensive consultancy, and then my full-time job now is I run a VC-backed product startup, and then I also co-founded a nonprofit, a senior fellow at a think tank.
That's good. And he cooks? Okay, so what I was actually looking for was a plug for your YouTube cooking channel, but that all works too.
So during COVID, I was going crazy, and I'm a little bit of a celebrity in my industry, so I felt compelled to try to take care of people. And so I would do like pasta parties and happy hours and things like that. I taught yoga, and I'm like, I gotta cook anyway, so I might as well do that with others. And so the format is, I would bring on a guest, they would pick the recipe, we would cook it together, and we would raise money for charity. So we raised over $40,000 for different charities. And what I think you'll find really interesting is the spectrum of guests. So we've had professional chefs, we've had people who've never cooked before, who were brave enough to come on the show. And then my personal favorite is we actually had a director of one of the agencies come on, and he took it very seriously. So it was really funny watching this guy who was very senior in the U.S. government panic live because he bit off more than he could chew. So he just watching me like disappear, and I just sort of like wryly smile and be like, well, Krebs will be back whenever. So yeah, that's my cooking show.
So
Unicorn Chef.
he does, isn't it called Cooking Naked with Bryson or something?
I did one episode called for fun. And we picked up different recipes that we did aphrodisiacs, and I cooked wearing nothing but an apron.
I promise to try really hard not to embarrass anybody else.
I don't believe
She
that.
knows I'm not embarrassed. I mean, it's live, public,
All right, Monica.
Hey family, my name is Monica. I am a whole health coach. I work at the downtown CP office at Bionic Movement. A few of the things I do is I help people become friends with their body and their nervous system, facilitate true change in their life, and I mean, all encompassing with your energy work, sound healing, learning some therapy. It's really fun stuff. So reach out.
Hey everyone, my name's Angela. I teach breathwork at Bionic Bloom. My journey started because I was heavily addicted to all kinds of drugs. Felt like I had no other options. Tried breathwork out on a whim, thinking it was pretty woo-woo. And now I would joke that that's my new drug. Like right in the morning, I need my breathwork. I love it, and I would also say it's one of the few things that we have control over while life happens. Things occur. So I'm really humbled to be here alongside with all of you guys. Thank you for everything it took to put this together.
I think you're up.
I'm next.
You're next. Did I miss anybody? Okay.
Hi.
I don't know how to hold this without it being in your nose. Okay, you are on the spot.
Hi, I'm Nadia. Excuse me. I live in Bradenton. I grew up in Maine and I had a very different life. And then I moved here 8 years ago. I'm a yoga instructor and I like to go to retreats and help and very happy to be here. Blessed to meet all of you.
And sous chef.
And sous chef.
And sous chef. And I guess technically,
Technically I am.
Liam is being hired, compelled, forced
Yeah.
to help.
I'm helping Bryson whenever he needs it with the food and stuff. And I don't know. That's all.
All right. Kicking and screaming. Go ahead.
All right. I'm Ethan. I am the executive director, and I also do EMDR therapy as well as couples, and I also specialize in people with ADHD because I have it very badly. So it gives me a really unique way to kind of take the things that I've learned and teach people who their whole life they have gone without anybody teaching them how to utilize, skills, how to survive, because it is a very frustrating thing to deal with day to day. And generally, I'm also usually the first person most of you see whenever you walk in the office, which, believe it or not, I do take very seriously because making and keeping relationships with you guys is important, and making you feel at home when you come in, because I feel like therapy doesn't have to feel like you're walking into a hospital when you walk in there. So basically, I'm here to make you laugh, smile before someone starts dissecting your brain and body, and you might cry. So that's generally kind of what I do around here. So, okay.
Thank you.
No questions?
We'll get there. Oh, wait. What did you graduate from college for?
Oh, aviation business management.
That's how you get a job at Bionic Bloom.
Hi guys, my name is Austin. I am a facilitator with Bionic Bloom. I feel really fortunate that I was able to use my explorations in the psychedelic realm and translate it into something that's meaningful, and I feel like it's honestly just a blessing that we're able to sit here in a circle like this, and especially in the state of Florida. Definitely encourage everyone to consider that. Everyone here is very lucky, and the fact that we are all able to be here at such a time where something like this is possible is kind of shocking to me. I feel really called to this type of work because of you know, where I was in life, and psychedelics, you know, have been a really powerful catalyst for me. I'm also a chef by trade, kind of like a mad scientist. So I've had a laboratory for a couple of years, and made a lot of different types of consumable products, supplements, vapes, and also into spending a lot of time in nature and connecting with really cool people. So thank you.
Austin is the reason that we have custom products. It was his fault. Oh, he makes dog products too.
Dog products.
CBD.
CBD, yeah, also with mushrooms, but not this type of mushroom.
The dog.
Yeah.
Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Dallas Carey. I'm a psychologist. It's so hard to know how to summarize my approach because I feel like it's so integrative. I'm holistic. I always tell people I'm holistic. I always look at the whole person. I think kind of traditionally in psychology, we make it too simplistic, right? I'll say we're not just our thoughts, right? We have thoughts, but we're emotional, we have souls, we're bodies. So I'm always looking at tailoring interventions to address the whole person at all those different levels, along all those different facets. And I think they intersect. And you can catch me sometimes saying let's look at the line between the line, or the thought between the thought. I'm really big and I'm really passionate about helping people see how they narrate their lives. And I think that our greatest pains can become our biggest gains, and that we are also resilient. And I love you so much.
Thank you.